The first step in the PhocusPRO ordering session is to open the project, show your clients the photos that you took, and help them decide which ones they want to keep. But before you do that, while PhocusPRO runs in the browser, as you can see here, it is meant to be run full screen, especially when you're with your clients. So it's more like a native app. So before you open the project, just click this button up here in the far upper right corner to go full screen and hide the browser. And that will give you a much more immersive experience for your clients. Then just click on a project that you want to open and you'll go to the gallery where you can show them all the photos. And the first thing you might want to do is to go down to the bottom left corner and click the play button to go into slideshow mode. And here it will go through all your photos one at a time in this slideshow format. And you have total control. You can use the right arrow to increase the speed, as you can see in the upper right corner here. It's 7, 6, 5, 4. The left arrow key will reduce the speed. So I'll leave it at 4 seconds. And then you can use the space bar to pause so you can take a moment to admire a photo. And when it's paused, you can use the up arrow key to go backwards and the down arrow key to go forwards to the next photo. So you've got complete control to go at whatever pace you would like. When you're finished, just click the screen anywhere and that will return the interface. On the left here, you've got all the photos that you took in thumbnails, and you can scroll through them with your mouse wheel, or you can click and drag up and down to find photos. And when you click on a photo, it will go straight to that photo. And the photo that you're currently on, you'll see is slightly bigger than the rest of the photos, so it'll be a little bit wider, and that's how you can tell you're on that photo. And all of the photos here will have a question mark on them right now when you first open a project. And that means we don't know the status of the photo yet, if it's a yes and no or a maybe. And that is your goal, is to go through all these photos and give them a status. And you do that with these 3 buttons in the upper right corner. You've got the red heart to discard a photo. You've got the gray heart to maybe keep a photo, and the green heart to definitely keep a photo. And sometimes as you're going through these, you're going to want to add some notes to the photo, and maybe you can use these notes to move a photo from a no to a maybe, or a maybe to a yes with some cropping or other adjustments. So you click that button and you can add your notes. And when you have your notes there, you'll see that there's an icon that appears in the thumbnail, and that icon will appear throughout the entire sales process on that thumbnail. And in the invoice, it will also appear with the notes underneath the photo so that you remember to make the changes. And you can get rid of this notes dialog by either clicking the notes button again, or while it's open, you can just change the status and it will go away. You can also change the status by using the left arrow key, the right arrow key, and the slash key to say maybe. And you can also go back and forth in the list without changing the status using the up and down keys. And you'll notice that if you don't touch the screen for a little while, or if you click the screen, the interface will go away and come back, especially when you're on a landscape mode picture. This will get rid of the interface from being on top of it. So sometimes you're going to have photos that are somewhat similar and you're going to want to compare them. So you can just drag a photo to the right to compare it with the one that's already on the screen. And you can compare up to 6. And you can also remove photos from being compared by dragging them off. I'll just drag a couple more on here. And it will try and find the most economical way of using your screen to show as much of the photos as it can. And when you're in this mode, you can click anywhere on the background behind the photos to go full screen and remove the interface so you can just see the photos being compared. And when you're looking at these photos, you can click them and it will go full screen, and you can click it again to return to compare mode. And when you're full screen, you've got the controls here to add notes or change the status. And if you change the status, it will go back to the thumbs. And you can also click on the thumbnails at the bottom to switch between the photos. You can also click the background again to go back to here, and then there's a button here that will send all the photos back to the thumbnails. You also have a black and white mode. By clicking here, the big photo will go black and white, and so will the thumb. And you can return by clicking the button again to go back and forth. So I'm quickly going to give these a status of yes, no, and maybe, until all of them are having a status. And as soon as I do that, you'll see that the check mark appears on this step, and the next step is bouncing, which is select a package, which is what we'll cover in the next video. But first, one last thing in the slideshow and the gallery. There is this filter over here, and you can see it showing us that we have 26 that are in yes, maybe, and no. But if we click this, we can see there's 6 in red, 8 in maybe, 12 in yes, and 20 in yes and maybe combined. And when you go in here, you can change the filter to only see the ones in that category, and you can then click the slideshow and it will only show you a slideshow of the photos in that category. So you might want to do that and go back and take a look at the ones that didn't make the cut and see if there's any that maybe would make the cut, like this one, and send that back over to a yes. So that's it for the gallery and the slideshow. In the next video, we're going to take a look at selecting and filling a package. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in that video.